Hello and welcome back to another video of Earl Joshua of Dublin. So last time we left off, we just got rid of all the notifications at the top of the screen, gave out our titles to everybody, sent out a request to get married. So now the only thing left for us to do is to advance time, because remember we have our Chancellor trying to fabricate a claim on Sildara. So that'll just take some time to get. Right now we cannot wage war, just because we have no claims on other territory. So right now we're just single count Earl Joshua of Dublin. So you click this to unpause, or you can hit the space bar. At level 1, the time does go very, very slowly. It's like 2-3 seconds between each day. And basically things go based off of monthly cycles. So, we can ramp this up a little bit here. We get money after each month, and prestige and piety after each month. So basically we work off of that. Arsenda is our wife that we had chosen through the wife finder. She is in this province here in Rosello. That's Barcelona, not Italy. So we have two options here. It just basically says that we're getting married, and we can either choose to get money, or we can say no to the money but gain prestige. And mainly you want money at first. You can go with the prestige. Prestige is something that helps with your relations with people, and makes people like you and keeps people from revolting. But we don't have too much to deal with at the moment, since we only have this one province. So we'll take the money. And here we are, we're married. She doesn't care for us too much. Her opinion of us is -4, and that's just because she's unattracted to gluttony. If we were to, by chance, get rid of this trait, 15 negative score would just disappear. She'd be a lot happier with us and be more willing to make babies, or be more likely to make babies. One of your scouts report of a pilgrim who has just arrived in Dublin. The pilgrim, known as Trengus, has been on a pious quest to visit all of the Catholic holy sites and is now ending his journey here. During his travels, he has accumulated a vast knowledge regarding medicine and is seeking to put all of his skills to use. Well, let's take a look at this guy. What this is that we've sent that letter to find ourselves a court physician, and this is the man who shows up. He's got a learning skill of 16. It's good to have characters with high skills, like this learning skill of 16 here. So we'll keep him, we'll put him in as our court physician, even though we do have the option to give it to someone else here. We could give it to this guy who's got 16 as well and increase his opinion of us. So yeah, we'll go ahead and give it to this guy just so we can have an extra man in our court. And he's Irish, so that's good as well. So we can look into providing him with a county in the future. Okay, and now that we got our wife, we can appoint ourselves a spy master. And here she is, Arsenda. She has 3 options. She can scheme. Normally you'd put this in your capital. This keeps people, or she finds out, if people are trying to kill you, or, she basically uncovers plots for you. So if she likes you, it's a good thing to have, because she'd be more willing to uncover those plots. You can also have her build a spy network. So, basically you send her over to some other county or capital somewhere, and you can spread rumors, and it just makes their liege like them less, or it helps you get a claim on them, or keeps them from revolting, like if they're in your realm. You also have study technology, which this is good because this just ramps up the points that you get from technology. Although there is a chance that they will be discovered and put into prison, but that's a very low chance of 1.38. For her anyway, she has a good intrigue ability here, so she'd probably be best studying technology somewhere. And our technology level is comparable to most of these. I find that the easiest place that we can actually gain technology points are from the Byzantine Empire here, although it's not letting us here, so that's fine. We'll just go ahead and scheme just to make sure nobody wants to kill us, because remember, this guy, he might have a plot to kill us. Murchad MacDiarmait, probably butchering that. My liege, I write to you with bad news from Dublin. My efforts to squeeze some extra taxes out of the population have been met with resistance, and the peasants are arming themselves. I fear we might have a revolt on our hands soon. So this is bad. So that was our steward here, doing a bad job at what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to be collecting taxes, which, you know, it's a low chance to do. 3.38% chance for us to actually collect a tithe. So, you know, it might be better to just have him research economy tech, because there's a lot higher of a chance for them to attack him and kill him. Not that it would matter so much. He's just, you know, he's a good guy. He's got a couple of good traits, so we want to keep him around. So in March, I think we'll go ahead and just switch that over to research economy tech. But for now, since he did that, the revolt risk has gone up. So if this is going to stay this way, I think it might be a good idea for us to actually reappoint our marshal to suppress revolts there instead, so that we don't have a problem. So we're just waiting. A good thing to do at this point is to look around and see what everybody else is doing around. Sildara is most important to us at the moment. We'll check this guy out. Earl Concobar is his name. He is the Count or Earl of Sildara. He's got a couple of kids. There's this man, and he's got a kid as well. We could possibly try to marry or betroth this kid to one of our daughters if we had one, to see if we can't get a claim. Which, you know, he probably won't agree to, but, you know, it's worth a shot. We don't have any daughters to marry off yet, though. There's also Osrage. Go ahead and check this guy out. He's Earl Donal of Osrage. Domhnall of Osrage. So let's see. He's got a couple of kids, no daughters to marry to. His kids are probably already betrothed. Check this kid out. Alright, so this kid is not married. We could probably marry into that family as well. My moodiness and tendency to lash out at people is getting worse. I sleep too little and I can't stop worrying. So we've gained the stress trait. So that's not good for us. That actually lowers our intrigue and stewardship, makes us less likely to pump out babies, and well, we can die actually a lot earlier for having this trait. So we want to get rid of this at some point. Poor Josh is stressed. So there's this man. This is our mayor, I believe. No, this is the man that was going to be taking over our county if we die, and he's just had a kid. I don't know why we're getting notifications on him, actually, so we don't really care so much about this man. Is there any way to... No, can't get rid of him as a special interest because he is not one. But I think we're getting notifications on him because he is our heir. For the time being, anyway. So we're just waiting, letting the days tick here. Hoping to get a kid. Things that we can do while we wait are these things here in the intrigue menu. We can hold a feast, hold a summer fair. There's several things that pop up for events and all of that we can take advantage of. We can look around and see what might be good for us. But again, honestly, it doesn't look like there's going to be too many windows for intrigue and killing people to actually gain territory, because nobody's really related to us, and we can't press anybody's claim yet. So a way that we can find out who has claims is we can look into one of these territories, for example, the County of Line. Usually there's a menu here that says claimants. This is everybody who has a claim to this territory. It doesn't look like there is one. So we can look around, see if we have any claimants who would be willing to join us. So we have this guy. He'd be willing to come to our court. You can tell by that thumbs up sign. We can invite him over and then press his claim to attack Osrage. And so we can gain that title for him. The only problem is he might not actually become our vassal if we did that. But we'll invite him anyway. Just because he'd be willing to come into our court. Hello, sir. He's also got a good stewardship ability. So you know what? We can actually reappoint our people. And I'm going to go ahead and pause time here while we do this. So this guy, again, he's not very good at what he does. We want to just go ahead and reappoint the best person available, and that's the guy we just asked to come to our court. We want him to collect taxes because he actually has a 10% chance that he can actually collect taxes. All right, and there's also this man. He's better with the martial ability than the person that we currently have. So we'll go ahead and appoint him as our marshal. Have them still train troops because we want to maintain our levy. And we'll keep the other two the same. That's more than fine. Still have this title that we can give out, but we don't need to again. And now we can wage war against this man because we have a steward that now has the ability to take over. Let's see. Is this guy married? Okay, so what we can do here then is we can keep this guy in our court. We can marry our daughter to him matrilineally, so that when she has kids, they will be of our dynasty. And if that's the case, then we can fight for this place, put him in charge. But when he has kids to take over, they will become our dynasty. So we'll have an option to take over this. We'll have a claim on it. So he does have a couple of kids that we'll have to look into, getting rid of. We want to kill these kids because we don't want them to inherit. They have a different dynasty. So if this man that has a claim on this place, his name is Gilla. If this man has a wife of our dynasty and she has kids for him and they're of our dynasty, these kids will inherit this place first because they were firstborn. So we'll find out what we can do to take care of these kids. This is gonna auto invite people who are willing to join, but it doesn't look like so far anybody's willing to join. These guys can be persuaded. She has 60% plot power. All we really need to do is send her a gift of 15 ducats, and this will get her on our side and put her in there. So let's go ahead and proceed with the time here. Press space. Here she is. She's backing our plot. So the plot power is 140%. The higher this is, the easier it's going to be for someone to actually set up a plot or a plan to kill this person. How much would it be to pay this guy off? Another 15? That's okay. We'll go ahead and do that as well, just to increase the plot power even more. So here's this man, our marshal and our courtier. She is the wife of Murchad MacDermate, and he is our heir. So his wife is willing to help us take out somebody over in somebody else's province. So that's kind of weird, but cool at the same time. And does Sildara have any claimants? And they do. So they have the Chancellor there in Sildara so she has an okay intrigue as well. So what's going on here is our co-conspirator, Tail to You, the wife of Murchad, is willing to set up a plan to kill the person or the boy that we're trying to take care of. She has bribed a hunter, taking Don Chad on a trip into the wilds to quietly dispatch the child and make it look like an accident. Sneaky. I approve. So why wouldn't this guy accept our invitation to court? Higher tier. So I'm not entirely sure what that means. All I know is that if we try to send him a gift, he's still not going to want to join us because, you know, there's so much there. So many negative signs there under higher tier that is just causing him not to want to come to our court. So we attempted to kill this boy and it came as a failure. He refused to kill him, probably for moral reasons. The kid is young, so we'll just have to try again. All right, so that's basically how how we're going to be expanding. We're trying to get a claim on one of these two territories, and as soon as we have that available, we'll go ahead and press that claim and try to take one of them over. Our levy is 1.92k, and if we go ahead and check what they have 1.34k, and this man here's got 1.49. So if we were to look into attacking someone, more than likely it's going to be Sildara, because they have a lower levy than we do. So our 1.92 is going to be able to beat out what they have there for 1.34. It'll probably be close, maybe. But if it really is close, then again, we have mercenaries that we can pay for. We just need to amass the gold for it, the 150 gold. Good news, my co-conspirator, Tail 2, has let me know that Donchad will soon have a tragic fall off the castle parapets. So we're going to push him off. Let's see what happens there before we end up closing out this episode. Earl Joshua, the Stone Cold Killer. Success. It seems that little Donchad had not yet learned how to fly. He died a quick and presumably painless death. So he's dead. Next is Sirbal, and we'll look into killing him in the next episode. But yeah, see you guys in the next one.